Man,
fly for all to see who are we, the
Commanders.
Who are we, Rio? We're the Commanders.
We the Commanders.
Rio Robinson, man,
He will. What's good?
60 minutes away, 2 sleeps away,
Oh
60
my
minutes away from
God.
the Bowl of Super.
New Orleans,
Man,
number 59. No
Man.
Fletcher.
it's gonna be a lot of gumbo, a lot of beignets, a lot of shrimp,
all that.
etouffee, a lot of shrimp po' boy, a lot of chaggy oyster,
Hear me.
a lot of woody.
Oh, I'm excited, man. We couldn't have asked for a more fun opponent, a divisional rival and a fan base that is absolutely obnoxious. It would not have been as fun if the Rams were here.
Man, what? It definitely would. A lot of crawfish. It had a little crawfish bowl, baby. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, everything, dog. Real, I just can't.
Play the music, man. Let's go.
Oh, hold on. See, man, I ain't know you was going I know it's gonna go that quick. All right, we gotta do it again. Cause you know we gotta drop the intro. We gotta drop the intro
it's
right.
Always
man.
a smooth transition, man.
Always a smooth transition. All right, let me try
like
again.
we about to smoothly transition into the next round, which is the Super Bowl round. Like I said, play the music. Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of the Afternoon King. It is your man Darian D.H. with my partner in crime, Rio Robinson. Rio, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? We are 2 sleeps away from the rest of our lives. The most exciting week of coverage we've had probably ever in life. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here right now.
Man, I am very happy to be here. I can't believe it. Every time we go to the intro, I'm reminded that I need to mix. That I need to mix the intro so that it won't come in crazy like that. Rio,
booming.
let's do it like this, man. We're gonna go in with the trend right now. They're playing the theme song on all the local radio stations. We gonna play it too, because we're a local station here. We about to play it too, bro. Let's do it. Hold on.
Let's get it. Oh, we have. You play. Oh, okay. We playing the Commander song. You play.
At Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC. Who are we? I speak facts. I'm not making riddles. The Hawks open big old holes.
Bro, it's lit, man. First of all, I think it's cool that they're playing Hail to the Commanders on every single station right now. It's pretty dope. Thought you was gonna score, but I knew that he would catch up. And Doug Williams was the first
black quarterback up
to win the
big dance.
Got 3 rings, win in the big dance. When you got Joe Gibbs.
And Joe Gibbs gonna be there on Sunday, by the way. Joe Gibbs gonna be there on Sunday.
Something about some good fans. Back in the day, RFK was our palace. If you don't know, you need to
ask about us.
Think we're gonna lose.
I'm gonna remix the next line though. We do not care about
we
Dallas.
We don't care about Dallas.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't. Cancun.
Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. All right, let me let it roll. Let me stop sharing. Man,
it's that time.
Listen, man, it's time, bro. It's time, Rio. Man, listen. Hold on, let me see the chat. I know the chat was. Hey, the chat was lit, bro. Left hand up, man. Left hands up, man. I love it. Man, y'all know with the Friday tradition, we will have AAA Anthony Armstrong joining us shortly. He'll be in the mix momentarily. I maybe have some technical difficulties. Okay, yeah, he'll be here in a few moments. He just texted me and said, but yeah, Paul, we lit, bro. Second edition of the Afternoon Kick, man. Earlier, if you were tapped in, you saw we had Winston Hodges, comedian from IG, doing all those funny videos, man. We had a good time earlier at 2 p.m. Go back and check that out. Make sure you smash the like button on that video. And you're here for the Afternoon Kick, man. Rio, it's 2 more sleeps until the big game, man. Just give me your initial. First of all, hold on. Let's back up. We beat the brakes off Detroit, dog.
Oh my God, did we? We went up to Detroit. You mean in that rowdy atmosphere that our rookie would never be able to withstand. He went into Ford Field. It's light work. Light work.
That tough place to play that's been like this for 20 years, where the Lions have been conquering demons in that building for 20 years. It's been the loudest place. It's been the best atmosphere in football, and we went in there and handled business. Jaden Daniels is an amazing quarterback.
Yep.
This team is an amazing team. And Rio, we talked about it last week, what we would have to do to get this dub. And the Commanders really went out here and did all that, bro. Defense played exceptionally well. You had another big game from two. You had Mikey Sanders still with 2 interceptions. You had a pick 6 from Quan Martin. You had little bit of everything happened, and we played literally the best football of our life last week against the Lions. Rio, give me your overarching like feelings after that game last week, man.
When we play complimentary football, nobody's beating us. Like when the defense is opportunistic, because you can look at it and say they gained 500 yards and they scored 31 points, which is the norm for the Detroit Lions, but the difference in the game is we forced them into 5 turnovers and we didn't turn it over once. We play clean football. If our defense is giving our offense more possessions and we're stealing time of possession away from a high-powered offense, it doesn't matter who's lining up on the opposite sideline, man. Shout out to Dorrance Armstrong for starting the floodgates, because without his strip sack that Frankie Louvu recovered, the Lions probably go up 14-3, and we have a bit of a mountain to climb. After that fumble, it was off to the races, and we got active for the rest of the game. Jaden, Cliff, and this offense, when they're rolling, who's better than us in the league offensively, man?
Nobody, man.
Fancy. We don't got to pull out a bunch of tricks like reverse passes or any of that nonsense Ben Johnson be pulling out sometime. We just execute. We execute. Our receivers block. Our O-line protects, and our quarterback makes the right decision. But on top of making the right decision, he's doing more than game managing. He's carrying, and we don't even have to say rookie when we say Jaden Daniels anymore, because nobody in the league is playing better at the quarterback position. So when you got a top 5 quarterback, when you got a defense forcing turnovers, and the running game decided want to show up too.
The running game pulled up last week, bro.
Oh my God, B-Rob's back. He has earned his pseudonym back. He is now B-Rob. We do not have to call him Brian Keith anymore.
He's not Brian anymore.
When the running meets the passing game and the defense causes turnovers, that's an easy dub for Washington every week, man.
Yeah. Rio, man, last week, man, I think we saw a motivated ball club. We saw a team that was able to take full advantage of every opportunity and really make it happen when it was time to make it happen. And it's kind of been their mantra all year, bro. Like anybody, anywhere, anytime. And that showed that it really didn't matter, bro. They was like, we're going to do whatever we got to do to play ball, and we're going to do it. And they did it. And it felt so effortlessly too, man. It felt like we had seen things that said, I think it was Logan Ryan, I mentioned it last week, they said if you come out there and punch a number 1 seed in the mouth, you will have them looking stupid at halftime, which is what we did. Having 31 points in the first half had them looking like, what is going on? After just getting a turnover with Sanders still picking the ball off before the end of the half, and really had them looking like, what is happening? Jared Goff already got blown up. I mean, Rio, just last week was crazy. And I think last week showed me that whoever's left, we can play with anybody and we can beat them, bro.
And once again, the goalposts are on a downward nosedive. They're moving every week for this team. Everyone picked up to get smoked last week. 9.5-point underdogs on the road versus the number 1 seed, not only in the conference, but in the entire league. No one played better football for 18 weeks than the Detroit Lions. We go smoke them in their building all of a sudden. Oh, it's because of all the injuries. It's because of Meek Robertson. I don't want to hear it. Everybody from that offense except Zeitler played, and we outscored you. We beat you at your game in your own stadium. Cancun on 3. Do not forget to tip your waiters and service members when you're in there.
Hey, man, that Cancun trip is good, man. Maybe it be Cabo or Tulum, but you know what? While we may not be able to go that far, we can go down to the DFW area and bring on our guest for the Rio. Hold on, for the third time. The third time.
Not one, not two.
But third time guest on the program, former Washington Redskins wide receiver, AAA, Mr. Anthony Armstrong. AAA, what up, baby?
What's going on, y'all? What's happening? Glad to be back. Because if I'm back, that means good things are happening for us.
Yes. And you're a man of your word, and we appreciate you being a man of your word and pulling up on us again, man.
Hey, you got to make things happen. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, man. It's just you got to keep up with that same routine, that same ritual, and just follow the same process. You know what I mean? What's up, Caressa? She said, "Caressa, we going all the way."
Yes, she did. I love it. Man, I'm so glad that you're back with us, man. Like we said, if you're back, that means we won again. And I asked Rio previously, man, let's just get into it. Let's talk about this Detroit win at length, man. Your feelings watching the game last week, man. We had talked about it beforehand and felt that we could beat them, but beating them the way that we did, AAA, man, tell us about that and how that happened, bro.
Man, look, they went out there and executed everything that we spoke about. They said that, Jahmyr Gibbs was going to be a problem. And you had to find a way to slow him down and contain him. And they did that. They could deal with the fact that he was going to make a few plays here or there. But what came down to it was finding a way to make Jared Goff make some mistakes. He made some mistakes, threw some interceptions, had 5 total turnovers, and everything worked out their way. They found another way to win. I mean, this team here, they continue to grow. It's like once you think you got a bead on them, they 2 steps ahead. They're that much ahead. It's like they're going at 1.7 speed or something like that. Hat tip to the VR.
That right. That's crazy that you say that, man. Because like you said, you look at all the situations that JD5 has been put in, and he's just unflappable. You try to blitz him, he's gonna go to the hot. He puts the offensive line in the right protection. He goes to the right receiver, and as you can see, a benefactor has been De'Ami Brown. Another week where he played amazing football. Like this team, man. They're just a team of destiny, bro. And like the way that they've been playing, I couldn't believe it, man. And to beat them how we did, at what point in time, and I'll ask you first, Rio, what point in time last week were you like, oh yeah, we win in this game, no question?
I realized it was really like when Terry scored the screen pass touchdown, it was at that point when I said, oh, we're going to score we're going to score every time we touch it at this point, because even on the first drive of the game where they stopped us only because the play broke down, I was like, oh, they haven't even stopped us from crossing their midfield logo yet. Oh, we're going to score every time we touch it. So I'm like, oh, if we could just get one more stop and one more turnover, they're not going to be able to keep up with it. Imagine playing against an offense as high-powered as Detroit and feeling like, they're not going to keep up with us if we get the lead. It ain't enough. It's not enough. It's not enough,
Smokey.
Oh, my goodness. It's not enough. And when Terry ran past defenders and beat Kirby Joseph on a track meet, that play was the prototype example of what they were looking for from their receivers. It's why we traded Jahan Dotson up to Philadelphia. Just the play design alone, Terry's staggered behind, OZ and De'Ami in front of him. And they parted the Red Sea. They made their blocks. Terry got skinny in between them, and it was 1-on-1 with the safety, Kirby Joseph, the defensive player of the year candidate, Kirby Joseph, that we made look terrible on Saturday night, and he couldn't catch him. Terry's running past guys like it's 2019 all over again. The play design was beautiful. Jaden zipped it to Terry. It was just all good. At that moment, I realized, oh, we're putting some points up tonight. 31 points in the first half. Where they do that at, man?
Hey, AAA, before you answer, man, I just want to remind everybody, you're watching the afternoon kick right now live on Breaking Command Entertainment. It is 5:16 on the East Coast, January the 24th. Make sure you lock in, tap in, subscribe, do all that stuff. And go ahead and share with your folks, man. Go share with your people. Let them know that we got AAA on right now. AAA, before you give your moment of the game, what sealed it for you, I'm curious if you can explain that screenplay. We saw them in bunch set. The receivers blocked it up perfectly, and Terry got skinny, like Rio said, was able to take it to the crib. Talk up a little bit about that play design and why that worked for us so well, man.
Man, so when you have that bunch set that they had, those 3 receivers, they had them out wide, so they're further away than normal. Usually you see a bunch. They're going to be, usually they're up next to that, close to the lineman.
Yeah.
But they push him out wide, so that forces the defense to stretch horizontally. Now they have to decide how many people are we going to actually put out there in space, and then there's a lot of open areas. So when you look at the numbers and you go and count the box, you say, hey, I like the fact that we got 3 receivers on 2 defenders over there and a dog in 17 that I can just get the ball to. And that's exactly what happened. You got to pick and choose, because if they would have went over there and tried to go 3-on-3, now Brian Robinson is running against a favorable box and probably going to lower the boom on somebody. So it's just a pick or choose right now. And frankly, that defense wasn't ready for what Washington brought last weekend. And damn it, it was exciting to see.
Yeah, it was. And going back and actually like watching that game again, man, Cliff has showed that look a lot before that play happened. He like even the first 2 drives, he had already showed that bunch look, whether they faked it, whether they just had it lined up. So they were going to do something with that at some point.
He was getting the feel for the personnel.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then, Terry being able to take full advantage of it and take it to the crib, man. So I love that for our offense. Now, in watching the game further, AAA, I'll ask the question to you again, man. Where was that point in the game where you were like, oh yeah, we winning this game? They don't got enough. They can't do it.
Man, it wasn't early. Yeah. It was just like, man, all right, if they keep with this same type of momentum, like if they jump out in the second half with that same type of energy, then I felt like it was going to be firmly in hand. But I could say I was not going to walk around here and say, we got this in the bag, because I waited all the way until the end because they score so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them teams where it's like, once you feel like, we good, shoot, Jameson Williams is running by you. But I just love the overall game plan, right? I love the overall game plan because, frankly, and I'm gonna say it, I would not, as a premier play caller, I don't know why the hell you got your receiver throwing the football in that situation.
In the fourth quarter with your season on the line.
Yeah, in that situation, that's kind of it'd be different if it was kind of a little trick. I'm gonna get one over on them type of thing, but it didn't work that way, man. So
Dr. Brisket,
hey, this week, man, I'm gonna find me a bird to throw on that daggone smoker this week, man. Man. Yeah, we got to keep it with the theme, but I don't know. It just seemed like once they had to go too far in their bag of tricks, that was the thing that I said last week. They only have so many haymakers, and they're a trick play team. I say trick play, but like big plays is what makes Detroit go. And so if you stop some of those big plays, I was really keeping tally. I was like, they might have been like 1 for 5 or 2 for 5. They had the reverse, and I can't think of the other big play that they had that really lit up the scoreboard. So once they weren't hitting on those things, I'm like, okay, he's going so deep into his bag right now that it's not working. And I mean, at that point we had control. It was just like, you saw my video. I was like, shh, just let it happen. So whenever I posted that was it. That was
done. Yeah. Bye, bro. It's crazy, man. Like, just watching that game last week really put a battery in my back, making me believe that we could beat anybody on any day, because you look at the 2 games that they played. The first game against the Bucks, you look at the pacing of that game and how they beat them, and then you look at the game last week and you look at how they just feel like they just ran the table. And I feel like now this team is playing with an unbelievable amount of confidence that has now been displayed throughout the whole week, in every press conference, in every practice. Everything you see, everything that they've posted is displaying this confidence. And what I'm getting from the other side is that I don't think the Eagles are as confident as we are. I think they know that it's going to be a tough game. And I think Jalen Hurts is not healthy. And I think Vic Fangio has been kept up late at night, because you even said it. He said it himself. He said Jaden Daniels is only a rookie by the birth certificate, not by the way that he plays. So he's keeping him up at night trying to figure out, how to defeat us. And I don't think it's going to happen, bro. I really think this is our year and the destiny, man. AAA, I'm curious, have you ever been on a team like that where it was just no matter what you did or no matter how you like, and not even for a whole season, but just like for one game where it just felt like you could do no wrong, like everything was working.
The ball bounces your way. But the one thing I'm gonna say, and I've said this plenty of times, and I'm gonna say it to all y'all looking: don't eat the cheese. Okay,
don't eat the cheese. Don't take the cheese.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't sip the poison. All right. Everybody's loving on you now. They was dumping on you all the way until the divisional game.
Yeah,
they wasn't over here patting you on the back when you ran off 5 to finish the season and clinched 6. They didn't. No, they weren't talking about you then. They weren't talking about you when you got done with the Buccaneers. They thought it was a fluke. They still had you at 9.5-point dogs. 9.5 point
That's
dogs
crazy,
off the
by the
road.
way. That's crazy.
All right. And now you're a 6-point dog. So don't drink the Kool-Aid thinking, we cardiac commanders, we can't get handled. I get it. I have that same faith. You're gonna have that swag, that little future attitude when you step into this game, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stick to the process. You still gonna get this W, but I just don't come in here thinking, we got it. They scared of us.
Yeah.
Come to the fight and swing first.
I loved hearing Dan Quinn say at the podium today, this is the best Friday we've had all season. Like, this is our best Friday session. And that's not just for ish and giggles, man. That's not just to make the media say, look at us, we're confident versus this team. Dan Quinn has showed us nothing but transparency since he's gotten here. He has no reason to BS the media. And then you see clips from practice, man. These boys look locked in. These boys look ready to go. Man, I'm so ready for Sunday, man.
I'm excited, man. This is one of those ones where, like, all week, you watching your matchup and you know who you're going against. You studying them a little bit more, right? You looking for your play a little bit more because Cliff's gonna dial something up. And I'm in a group chat with some friends, and we know Cliff from Texas Tech, and he's from down here. And frankly, my college, we ran the same air raid stuff that he ran at Texas Tech. And they've said that, hey, Cliff Kingsbury is one of the top play callers in the country, top 2, right? He can really dial it up when he gets going. So knowing that you're going to have some variety, you're going to have some different twists and ways to get people open, I'm excited for it. Now, here's one thing I'm looking for, Rio. DH. That last matchup, Terry McLaurin had 2 targets, 1 catch. They did not challenge Quinyon Mitchell at all. They didn't mess with him at all. Right now, I didn't go back and look at all the different, matchups of who was actually out there. But no, we cannot have that. Over these last games, Terry McLaurin has been on a tear. I tweeted it: 10 touchdowns over 7 games, 8 targets, over 8 targets a game. I needed to be averaging in that area again in this matchup to really take advantage of what Philly's going to throw at you.
You definitely need that. And with him and Diami getting those targets and getting the reaping the benefits, man, going up there, beating Detroit, we leveled up. Now this week, we are playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Sure are.
For the NFC Championship. Let me repeat myself. We are playing the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship this Sunday at 3 p.m. Who would have thunk it?
For the right to represent the NFC in Super Bowl 59. We talking about New Orleans, baby.
Man. In the Super Bowl. Those are words that I still have difficulty saying, even though we all know it's fact. We all know it's true. That opportunity actually exists. I still have to listen to myself say, we could go to the Super Bowl. We're playing for the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. We have 60 minutes of good football to go to the Super Bowl. Man, I don't even know what to say.
Goosebumps just talking about it.
It is. And it's just like now we've reached the point of all those games where we found a way to win, whether it's by a field goal or by 2 touchdowns, by 30, whether it's, starters or backups getting touchdowns or anything. None of that matters. All it matters is going 1-0 on Sunday and getting it done. And I'll start with our guests, AAA. How do the Commanders go up to Philly and get it done and win the right to represent the NFC and go to the Super Bowl? How does that happen?
Copy and paste whatever you did against Detroit.
Control C, Control V. That's it.
Yeah, do that. Copy that and paste that. Same type of mentality, right? They got an explosive running back. We know who he is. And the thing is you can't really trip about him making some big runs because it's going to happen, but you got to make those things few and far between. Keep those guys behind the sticks. I'd rather them be in 4th and 3 and make a decision rather than being 4th and 2 and short. So we already know how that thing goes. But once again, put it in the hands of a $50 million quarterback. Let's see what he's going to do with the rock. That's my challenge because I think now Joe Witt and that defense has found a way to really unleash, use Marshawn Lattimore. Because frankly, if they're just not going to throw it his way and we know you ain't going over there, fine. We'll play all the games and confusion up front. Same way that you made Jared Goff make some mistakes. Jalen Hurts is prone to that. And we'll see if he does. Now, if it's another quarterback, then hey, that means he's had even fewer reps at looking at this stuff, and he's going to have to deal with that wrath. So control Saquon, put the ball in the hands of the quarterback. That's my play. And I think on offense, things will get worked out.
For sure. Rio, what about you, man? What you think?
Oh, man. I mean, first of all, be yourself. We don't have to go transform into a different football team to beat these guys. We know what our offense does. We know our defense can be opportunistic. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to win in time of possession. Time of possession is one of the biggest attributes to why we won our first two games. Yeah. None of these teams have possessed the ball for 26 minutes in the first two rounds so far. The Detroit Lions have a high-powered offense. The Eagles, they have a high-powered offense on paper, but they're not one-hitter quittering you on a drive unless Saquon busts one up for 70. They got the pieces, though. They got the line, they got the tight end, they got the wide receiver, but their passing game has been anemic for a while. Eagles fans are going to lie and tell you, we don't got to pass the ball when you have Saquon. And yes, in most situations, you don't need anything but Saquon. You're going to need more than Saquon to win this game on Sunday. A quarterback is going to have to throw some passes. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith cannot have 27 yards in this game. If they have 20-something yards apiece, that's an easy day for us in Philadelphia on Sunday because Saquon not running for 204 touchdowns on us on Sunday.
Yeah, you ain't gonna let that happen that long. You know what I'm saying? Like he may break one or two. And the great Danny Smith, he said this in meetings, like in high school, you make adjustments next week. We'll get it next week. In college, you make the adjustments at halftime. In the league, you make them the next play. So if Saquon gets out there breaking stuff, they are going to break some tables and they're going to get this thing fixed. All right. They're going to get this thing fixed. And trust me, he's not going to have a big day. He's still going to ball. Yeah, I mean, that's just who he is. That's just who he is. But I think that you're going to have to, just keep him in front of you, make some tackles.
You want to get like a feel for this. My bad, D. You want to get a feel for this game. Watch the first game over again, the full game, not just the highlight cut up, because our defense was just gassed in the fourth quarter. They had Saquon on lock. They had Jalen Hurts on lock. They had 6 points going into the fourth quarter. And you know what the issue was? The offense hadn't applied any pressure on the Eagles defense. We should have went into the fourth up 24-6, but they had us schemed up. Jaden was banged up, and we weren't getting anything from our passing game. Like our leading receiver was like a catch for 17 yards that day. Austin Eckler was the leading receiver.
And B-Rob, matter of fact, it was two running backs that game.
Yeah,
they didn't blitz. They didn't blitz that game. It was their lowest game to blitz from the Eagles standpoint. But in that second game, they reversed course, and then Jaden got after it a little bit. So Jaden's been lights out against the blitz. So that's why I think Vic Fangio may have a little insomnia over there, because he's like, well, I went zone and we barely got him, but we probably should have lost. And then I went blitz and he tore us up. So it's pick your poison over here. But here, my key player on offense for Washington, De'Ami Brown.
Huh? Say it again.
De'Ami Brown. That's my key player on offense. The reason why he's on the field consistently. You got to back that ass up. If he's on the field, all right, it's not even he's in on third down. Let's back up now. First down, he's up, back up. Second down, we better back up. Third down, we better back up. And in that instance, we're really third and short. So, but you get what I'm saying. His presence is going to have an effect on that defense. If they try to just shut Terry down on one end, he's going to get single coverage. You're going to have Slay. He's going to go against Slay or DeJean.
Yeah,
and shoot. And if they try to go cover my man De'Ami, then flip the other way. Go to Terry's show. There it is. Playoff De'Ami is better than Jerry.
Playoff De'Ami is different, man.
Make them earn, man. Yo, it's crazy. And I'll go back to the stat you mentioned: 531 on the East Coast. NFC Championship preview episode with Rio Robinson, AAA, Anthony Armstrong, and myself, Darren D.H. Williams. I saw a stat earlier this week, or not even a stat, just a graph that really showed the Commanders' second half run defense, where you see guys like Bijan Robinson, Saquon earlier in the season, even other running backs, how they adjust and adapt at after halftime. So they come out the second half and they really shut them down a little bit, man. I really love the fact that we have a staff that really makes adjustments and really shuts it down, man. I think that's going to be key today, especially if Saquon Sunday, especially if Saquon gets out early and has success. I feel like that second half they got to come back and lock them down, because I feel like I said, at this point they're really going to be leaning on Saquon. Like they're really their whole offense is going to be based around him, because I truly believe that Jalen Hurts is not him right now. Like,
but I had that boy drugged up like a racehorse.
Rio, what I said earlier, tramadol, Toradol, cortisone, you name it, he on it. He gonna be drugged up, bro.
Show missed that Toradol, though. Golly.
You say he was in heavenly peace with that Toradol out here. Just
man,
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Wall. Golly.
Oh my
man,
God.
No, man, look, hold on. B Weaver in there talking about Jalen Carter gonna be out there. Here's the thing, man. Jalen Carter is a beast. He is. You got to give him respect. Aaron Donald just said that he's next. That's my replacement. When you get that type of my man passed the crown to him, right? Trent Scott, this is your chance, baby. This is your chance. You got Beatis next to you. You got Wiley next to you. I think they're going to be okay, all right? Because my man's going to have to be moving horizontally. But Jalen Carter is a beast. He is a beast. If they let him get to tearing things up, now you got a problem. But this team doesn't give it that many sacks. So, frankly, hopefully he's just on the field and is on there for field goal block or extra point block. And, it keeps going like that for us.
Man, go ahead, Rio. What you got? Go ahead.
I was gonna say you better win with your front four, because we pick up the blitz as well as anybody in the league. And Tampa and Detroit sent a many blitzes at us, and a many blitzes failed coming at us. So you better get home with the guys you're sending there, because if you send in extra guys, 5 gonna find its way to pick you apart.
Man, I'll say this, man. I know y'all seen as of late, man. We're starting to get a little surge of people that's gonna be up there, man, in Philly, man. Like I saw Rally Captain said he has 4 buses going up that way. Other people are making their way to the game. Like, both of y'all can talk about it. The resurgence in his fan base. We've talked about it on previous episodes, but even from last week, just the resurgence of this fan base, how excited everyone is. In AAA, I know you probably see it more online than anything, but talk about that, man. Like what is that like, man? Just to see the way the fans are locking on to the team, bro.
Man, it's like I'll be real. Y'all been locked in. You know what I mean? Y'all been locked in. Like I don't even want to get it twisted. Y'all been with it when it's been 4 flats. You know what I'm saying? And they look, and it was 4 spares. Y'all was still there, and then them suckers popped. Y'all been here. Y'all deserve this more than anything. All right. It's the everybody else that's showing up. You know what I mean? I was talking to the co-host. I was like, man, I've been covering the team for 3 years. And I'm not sitting here saying I've been big old beat on the table fan, but I've been covering the team for these past 3 years, and the first 2 years sucked. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing no podcast if the team gonna keep.
I don't want to cover the team no more.
You know what I mean? Like
this ain't fun.
It's cool, but it's like, hey, But no, he winning, and it's like everybody's like, man, the Commanders are like, we've been telling y'all this. We've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all thought we were crazy. But now everything's falling in place, man. So I've just enjoyed it. Y'all the ones been holding it down. Y'all been here. Y'all been. So how does it feel for you?
Man, it feels good to be asked a question. Let me answer some questions here. Hold on, before I do that, I wanna shout out Hayden, man. Got twins on the way. We're doing our gender reveal at halftime on Sunday. Shout out, man. Big deal.
Like
I love that, man. All the way from.
Is that your first kid, Hayden? Is those your first kids? Well, obviously he can't answer, but put it in the comments if it's
you got your hands full. Got your hands full, enjoy the nights that you get rest right now. I tell you that.
Enjoy it, man. But to answer your question, AAA, man, it's an amazing feeling. Like it really is. I think more or less from the football, forget the football stuff for 1 second. Just the way that the team has been perceived now by national media. Like they're saying all great things. I have yet, and we talked about this last night on the All Burgundy Gold roundtable. Make sure y'all go check that out, follow them, and sub them up. But we talked about that. Oh, Hayden, he said it's his first kids. Yo, shout out, bro. Double trouble off the first shot, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Boy, them terrible twos gonna be fun in that house, man.
Bruh. It's really the threes, but hey,
Yeah, no, yeah.
I just got out of that. Lord help, man. You look, man.
You'll be good.
Yeah, no. Hey, if the team keep winning, I'll be able to look forward to it. But no, I say this, but man, just the way the media has changed their perception about our whole organization from top to bottom. So many great things have been said about us. So many good things. Like, we don't have any scandals to talk about. We don't have any guys like the selflessness on this team, man. We don't have those stories coming out. Like, all those guys are really fighting for each other and playing. So it makes it easier to support them because they're doing so well, man. Like, they're just a good group of guys. And I don't know who mentioned that last night, Rio, but it was like every dog still bite, even a good dog bite, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So we got a bunch of good guys, but they still got that bite and that bark to them playing ball. So I just love that for us, man. I feel like we just got a good group that's only going to get better. With the cap space and, as we get the guys want to come play with us, man, it's crazy here, man. What about you, Rio?
It feels fantastic. Like, we're in the NFC Championship. I'm still trying to process that we're only 2 days away from seeing this game being played. Like, we're talking about a potential hat and t-shirt game. Like, they have the boxes already being brought to the field. You win the game. We're in the locker room listening to Dreams and Nightmares, putting t-shirts on. We're hitting add to cart to everything.
Oh, my God.
That's how close we are. We can feel it. And throw away the house money. Like, we belong here. We're here because we deserve it. We're here because we built this thing right, and we have a transcendent football player at the head of this thing. This is how I know we've arrived. A Philadelphia Eagles team who have been here before. They were just in this game a couple seasons ago. Instead of overarching confidence, I see a lot of false bravado hidden as fear going through them right now. Joe Witt is he put in a bounty on Hurts. He said a regular football sentence and they're losing their mind.
That's what you're supposed to do. He running the ball. Jalen Hurts squat all them damn pounds.
Right.
Dude, he'll drop a shoulder on you if you mess around.
Right. And it's the same thing our quarterback goes through. Our quarterback gets the sonic rings knocked out of him every week. He pops up, he smiles, and he gets back to killing your football team, and we don't cry about it. But the tough Philadelphia fan base, Frankie Louisville's a dirty player. 0 penalties this year, 0 fines that have to do with a dirty play. You know who got a fine this year? Saquon, $45,000 fine for lowering his helmet. Saquon dirtier than Frankie Louisville, but ain't gonna bring that up. And then we're all the way in the NFC Championship round, and they're still telling us that Jalen Hurts got knocked out of the last game and Jaden's 5 touchdowns don't count because of that. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that from the team whose last NFC Championship ticket to the Super Bowl, they played against no quarterbacks. They knocked out Purdy and Johnson, and the NFL had to create its own rule so you could stash an emergency quarterback. I'm hearing tears, I'm hearing deflection, and I'm seeing them make imaginary nitpicks to Jaden Daniels' game because these boys are insecure. I know we've arrived because of that.
Bruh, you said everything. Like, I don't even know what else to say to follow that up, because that's true. Like, you did nothing but speak facts and you kick game, bro, because that's what it is, man. And we heard this from Detroit, bro. Like, that confidence that they were doing a lot of extra talking, and you could tell that arrogance was disguised as fear because they knew that, like, they saw this coming, and it went back to the old Detroit of old, where they get to this point and then they have a letdown. And previous Detroit, they hadn't even got this far a lot of situations, but they got to this point and they had a big letdown. And I think Philly is doing that as well, bro. I think we have won the week, even though none of this matters, but I think we have won the week, said all the right things. We have the confidence, the swagger. And like you said, that house money comment, that's out the door, bro. We're playing with real money. Like, we're actually have money, and we're at the table, like, getting stacks of chips. Like, let's go. Like, we got the money and we're playing well. And then on top of that, man, we have, and this happens every year. There's always some underdog team that the rest of the league's fans attach and embolden themselves to. All right. They hop on and they want to then support us. Right. This hat number 4, right? I had the over under at like 2.5.
Nah, I got another one back here that I ain't rock too. So I
didn't know that it was gonna be +5 hats tonight. I didn't.
hats back where you got to throw some reading glasses on. That's locked in, Dan Quinn. Right there,
flip this look around and talk crazy. Joe, here's what I saw when I saw Joe Witt up there. That man was up there saying, if I see if he runs the football, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him like a running back. That's how we're gonna ride violently. That's how I feel. I could play I was over here hype watching it on the phone.
The press conferences, bro.
I'm like, God, dog. Like,
but you know what?
Yeah.
Like you said, bro, that
having that bounty.
Having
it ain't no bounty. That's just football. If you're gonna run like a football player, we're gonna treat you like a football player.
And it's the same thing when our boy runs it. It's fair game.
Yeah. Even back when they was talking about golf getting hit, I said you shouldn't have been in front of the train. You know damn well you weren't gonna catch that man. Just go on and peel off to the side, bro.
Get out the way. Live to fight another day.
Let social media rip you up for peeling off to the side. But Peyton Manning would have been on the sideline already. You know what I'm saying?
He would have jogged right on the side of there.
Let me say this better. Protect yourself.
That's good. That's a better answer. That's a better answer. No, I like that answer because in that situation, he wasn't stopping that play. You know what I'm saying? Get out the way, live to fight another day. And that's just, but I think that hit did a lot more to his confidence than we know because he wasn't the same after that. And I think just like
better buckle up, champ.
Like how many more years of this we got, bro? I'm gonna tell you, I know them fans was sick.
You gotta get both straps on the helmet. You can't
I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna focus on us and
you
let us focus on us. But you did in the off season. Let's do it in the off season. We still got 2 weeks of football left. Man, I got gumbo, jambalaya, and all that stuff in my mind. All right, but you got to have this Philly cheesesteak first. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Can't have that dessert. Can't go down there to the French Quarter until you eat your Philly cheesesteak and handle business up there in Philly first.
No beignets,
That's how
right?
It is. Beignets over there on Cafe Du Monde. You ain't getting none of that. No hurricanes or nothing. Handle business in Philly first. That's where my focus is. That's where the team's focus is. Let's do this thing.
I think we will handle business, man. The team is looking completely focused, and I don't know. I just think that the ball that they're playing right now is truly like top tier elite level. And I mentioned it earlier how they have the respect of other fan bases, and they're the underdog team in playoffs that people want to support. And like I don't know if that means anything, but now you have the whole league watching, and the whole league wants us to do well. We're starting to get picked now. People want us to win this game. People don't want to see Philly. People want somebody that can beat the Chiefs. Maybe it's the Bills on the other side that they like, but man, they really want us to.
I've been recruiting people. I've been like, Cowboys fans, y'all might as well come on. Hell,
come on home to glory,
come
huh?
On,
just come on back.
Come on over here. I'm even offering 2-week passes, man. Just 2-week passes. Just give us your support, and then y'all can carry on. That's all we're looking for,
guys. Did y'all see the backdrop for the press conferences?
It threw me off.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I'm like, where the hell they at? Oh, what am I? I thought I had to refresh my page. I thought I got the wrong link.
You thought we were still in Detroit because you saw that blue until you see that trophy back there.
I was like, oh, that's where I forgot.
They interviewing every starter. I seen Jaden 3 times this week, man. Like it's
bro, he said that too. He said that too, and he's like, man, he's like, another one,
third time this week, huh?
Look, I will say this though. This is even more of a reason why you gotta get back to the process, right? You gotta get back to the process and just focus on handling business, because y'all mentioned it. Just as many questions that Washington is getting, the other team is getting just as many as well. How you going to handle this? How you going to do this? How you going to do this? And then you go into the meeting room. Hey, we got to handle this one. We got to watch this guy. They're hearing it from so many different ways. I think they might be getting a little nervous, but hey, let's see. Let's just see.
Bro,
Brian.
Right. And that's what it's about now.
And
bro.
make sure you put that Y in Jaden.
Right. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, respect with a K.
Put some respect on his name. Man, AAA, I know you getting ready to get up out of here soon, man. AAA, let me ask you, man, just as we go out of here, man, give me your result. I know you don't want to pick no score. That's fine. But give me a result. How does this game look? Like, what happens? Is it a boat race? Is it a close game? Is it like what happens, bro? This is the last time we're gonna talk before this game, before Sunday.
I'm gonna talk to you next week, but of
course we are.
I'm feeling like it's gonna be Washington's gonna be ahead. I think they're gonna find a way to, stay ahead and play from the lead, and really put some frustrations. This is gonna be something where people are like, oh, it may feel like last week, honestly.
Yeah,
it may feel like last week. Maybe not as dominating, because Philly, you got to respect Philly. There's a lot of respect for that team. They beat you once this year.
They did.
But, just the way, like you said, the offense is cooking, and there's some big plays. If they can get some big plays early, then that right there can really determine how this game goes, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So let me see a quick 14 early in this game, and we can determine where it goes from there.
Absolutely.
AAA, like we said, we will see you next week on the afternoon kick, brother. You know me. As soon as the game over, I'm texting you right there. Like,
I already know.
Got you Friday. We gonna be locked
already
in,
know.
man.
Boy, got the whole hat collection out
Yeah,
today.
Hat number 5.
Number 5.
I didn't know I had this many.
Right? See, you see what happened, man. Even the alumni acting different, bro. Y'all out here totally different.
They hooking us up, man. Matter of fact, I just spoke to Clint Oldenburg.
Okay.
He's down there. He was with Washington when I was there for a little bit.
You work for Madden now, right?
Yeah, he's been down there in Madden for a while. So he was saying shout out to the organization for the alumni kit. He was like, I wasn't even a big name guy, and they sent me some stuff. So he wanted to give a shout out to the organization for that, a little hand clap, hat tip, and a cup sip. So yeah, they're doing the right thing, man. They got the right folks on board, and you can tell when that energy gets rolling, everything starts working in the right direction. So that's
last one before you go. Last week, you correctly predicted Quan Martin was the X factor player that you wanted to step up for. Who's that guy going to be this week for the squad?
Diami on the offensive side.
Okay.
Diami on the offensive side, and then defensively, Chin. It's probably Chin, and give me Sanders still, Mikey.
Okay.
I like Mikey. Mikey probably gonna sneak him one over there on because they weren't afraid. I don't think they're afraid to put him on AJ, and I think they can play some games over there. So yeah, give me that one.
Got a couple people saying Chin, man. And before you go, man, AAA, I just want to speak to this, something you said about the alumni, man. LeVar Arrington mentioned it on his show on FS1. He said that they have really done a good job with trying to get the alumni back on board. And as you can see, man, it's working. I've seen alumni on local news. I've seen them everywhere this week, and everybody is all in and is proud to have been remember the Redskins, the football team, and now the Commanders. So I'm excited, brother. It's championship week, bro. This it, man.
Yes, it is. Hey, but we're not done yet. Terry said it best. We're not done yet. All right, we're not done yet. It all starts on Sunday, though. I'm going to catch y'all next week. Do me a favor. Follow the podcast. Believe in Commanders, all right? Check it out. Give me a subscribe. I've been dropping stuff all week. Almost cussed. I've been dropping stuff all week, man. So Sean Merriman's on there from DC boy. He's up there chopping it up with me, talking about what to do in this game. So look it up. It's out there on any streaming platform you're looking for.
Of course, man. We're going to drop them links later on for the show. But AAA, as always, we appreciate you. And I look forward to having you on next week as the fourth time guest on the afternoon kick, man. AAA, I'll catch you, man.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Later. Rio.
Oh, man. We got to keep this rolling, man. We got to keep this momentum going. We need AAA back next week so we can kick our feet up and get comfortable. But we got to take care of business this Sunday, man. We gotta win the turnover matchup, and we got to still try to play clean football because when I rewatch both of these games, the second game, the reason why they got up on us early is because the reason why they got up on us early, we had those two stupid Brian Robinson fumbles in enemy territory. We were on their side, and if we were moving both times, and we were at the 50 and beyond, both times that we fumbled, that killed us early because the Eagles came right back at us. We can't go up to the link thinking that we can start pissing the ball all over the field. We need to win the turnover battle. They take care of the football. We take care of the football. Whatever team decides to not take care of the football on Sunday, they're at a major disadvantage because both teams can dominate the time of possession. Yes. You can look up at the clock and then look up at the end of a drive, and all of a sudden 8 minutes have went by. And that is how you beat a really good football team. We got a sustained drive. If we can get some type of balance from the offense, maybe a turnover or two, we're going to be cooking at a very early stage in this game. And we got to make that boy Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm. We got to make him be a quarterback on Sunday.
Force him to be a passer, man. I really like that you mentioned that, bro. And it's like the team now has to play the best football of their life for just 1 week. Every scoring opportunity, you have to get it. And I'm still going to be an advocate for them going forward on fourth down in those situations because they will be able to do it. But it's like you said, man, it's being able to control the ball in time of possession and continue to just play solid, good football. And I think that's what we've been doing. And also, too, look at the fact that they have 2 game tapes from this season on them. They're going to do some things differently from the first game, some things differently from the second game as well, and now into the third game. So you're going to get some new stuff from both sides, right? Because they're going to want to not be so predictable, and they want to be able to do something different. But man, I just think that with this staff, man, they're gonna have the guys prepared. Like you said, this is the best Friday that they've had all season. I think they're gonna really have the team super prepared to play football, bro. And like that's what you got to have at this point, man. I don't think nothing will surprise them, bro.
Dan Quinn's been here before. Dan Quinn was a choked 25-point lead away from having hardware, for having a ring on his finger, and he's back, and he has the most special player in the playoffs at the quarterback position leading his franchise right now. I feel good, man. I feel good.
I'm confident, bro.
I'm confident in our coaching staff. I'm confident in our quarterback. I'm confident in the bravado and the calmness that I see. I'm looking at Frankie Louvu at the podium. I'm looking at Bobby Wagner at the podium. They know exactly what it is. I watched those games. I watched them in full this week. The away game on Thursday night and the Sunday game where Jaden lit him up for 5 touchdowns. And there's just like Saquon had the antithesis game in both games. He did nothing for 3 quarters, went crazy in the fourth the first time. And in the second game, he went berserk in the first quarter, over 100 yards, and did nothing for the final 3 quarters of the game. So I have a 6-quarter sample size saying we can prohibit him from killing us. You're not going to stop him. He's going to break something. He's going to get in the end zone. You can put him down for 100 yards and a touchdown on your parlay right now. It's what Saquon does. He's been the best player in the entire NFL this year.
No, but for sure.
It's not going to be enough, though. They got to get something in their passing game. If Jalen Hurts throws for 120 yards, no touchdowns, and Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown have 25 and 22 receiving yards, they're gonna get boat raced, bro. Yeah, they got to get a passing game going because we can score, and we're going to score on these guys. I got to score in 30.
Yeah, I believe that, man. And it's funny, bro. I'm looking at this chat. We've now have crossed over, man. We have other fan bases in here talking trash. He said, I'm not gonna put the comment on the screen. He said, y'all really glazing. Like, yeah, what are we supposed to do on a podcast about our team? We're supposed to come in here and let's be
you know.
And
they wish they could talk about their quarterback the way we talk about ours. They got to talk about stuff like leadership and what he does at the podium because he don't get active on the football field as a passer.
Man, and Shamar Moore is definitely not him anymore.
Shamar Moore, I see you at the Jennifer Hudson show.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is at the Jennifer Hudson show. He's at the podium, sounding a little bit dejected and not confident in himself.
You know what? I will play this. I will push this comment. We are being transparent because let me tell you, we're a good team. Like, I don't know where this misconception is that we're not a good ball club. Like, and we've in every show reel, we've given all the other teams their props at what they're good at. We just believe that we will win. We said Detroit was a good ball club. We said it would be a high scoring game. We just didn't. We didn't think
we just put out the best team in the conference, and we supposed to be afraid of Philly.
It's supposed to be scared of y'all. What? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Not on this show. And you ain't gonna find them. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be tough to take that L because let me tell you what, Detroit fans went into hiding real quick, bro.
Yep,
real quick. And let me tell you what, Philly don't know how to keep their mouth closed, so they won't even be able to get out of their own way when they're going to have to catch this smoke after we beat them on Sunday, man. But I'm telling you, bro, it's about us. It's not about them. As long as we play football how we play football, we're going to beat them, and we're going to beat them handily, and they're going to be going home crying, bro. That's just what's going to happen.
I've seen Philly punch 2 tickets to the Super Bowl recently, 2017 and 2022. They played against Case Keenum, and they knocked out all the quarterbacks for the 49ers. I don't want to hear nothing about quarterback injuries, bro. Y'all haven't played a quality quarterback in the NFC Championship round neither times the last 2 times you were there. You're going to be humbled very fast when you see that guy coming out the tunnel to play quarterback for this football team because your quarterback is nothing like him. He's nothing like him.
And guess what, Rio? They're gonna have to see him for foreseeable future for the
Yeah.
anywhere from 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, you're gonna
They're
have to deal with the same guy for the next decade plus. The whole world sees it. Everybody outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania knows that there's no conversation to be had. I watched Jason Kelsey use all 240 characters to backtrack a statement and say, "Oh, when I said Philly's better at every position, I didn't mean the quarterback position. I didn't need to read anymore. I didn't need any more of the diatribe or the word too, because even the people who cover, they know that if the quarterbacks are the determining factor in this game, that's our guy every day of the week and twice on Sunday."
Bruh, I'm not worried, man. And at the end of the day, I know that regardless of the outcome, the team is going to play inspired, motivated football. And sometimes it happens, man. You can't win them all, as we've proven this year, but we're going to win this one. And I'm a firm believer that we're going to get the job done this Sunday, and we're going to be ready to play. Rio, before we get out of here, man, you got a score? I know you said you had a score. What's your score, man? What you got, bro?
I do. It's going to be 30-24 Washington Commanders, man. I think we get up on these boys early. I'm going to put it out there, bro. I think we get up 2 possessions late and they score a touchdown to cut it to 1 possession. I think we're going to be up 30-17 and they're going to score a touchdown late to get it to 30-24. They got to make it feel cardiac and heart attack and blood pressure inducing. But I think Jaden Daniels is going to be too much for these guys. I think we forced 2 turnovers. I think Frankie Louvu has a demon game like he had on Thursday Night Football, and he shows this Philadelphia Eagles team why he was voted as an all-pro this year in his first year in D.C. I think we punch our ticket to New Orleans, and I think we're playing dreams and nightmares in the locker room, the Rocky music, blow the whistle, all of it with hats and T-shirts on, popping bottles in the locker room to a silent Lincoln Financial Field.
Rio, I love that for us. I don't have a score per se, but I will say this: it's going to be more than Philly. So that's all that counts at this point in the game. We're going to get the job done. We're going to do it. And it's going to feel so much sweeter that it's against that trash organization, the Philadelphia Eagles. And may you rest in peace this Sunday, Philly. So for my partner in crime, Rio Robinson, I'm Darian D.H. Williams.
Yes, sir.
And hold on, I can't do it without doing this. Level complete.
Like and subscribe, please.
And I got to do one more, Rio. Hold on.
Target acquired.
I'm gonna say it again.
Target acquired.
Let's get active, man.
We about to get out of here. That's my partner in crime, Rio Robinson of Darian D.H. Williams. Commanders win on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl. Left hand up. Let's go get this dub. Peace.
Absolutely. Don't eat no horse manure off the ground, you dumb fan base in Philadelphia.